for historical and precedental purposes, don't you want him to have immunity?
Yes, of course. And because what is good for Donald Trump today would be good for Joe Biden tomorrow,
Right.
and for us in the future. And the one thing we want to stop is this weaponization of the criminal justice system for political purposes against whoever is serving in the Oval Office. You know, when Donald Trump first got impeached, as you know, I defended him in his first impeachment. I predicted to all my friends on the Democratic Party, you will rue this day because the Republicans are going to get even. As soon as there's the first Democrat president, they're going to start impeaching him. And of course, the day that Joe Biden got inaugurated, already there was some Republicans calling for his impeachment, in the same way that the day Donald Trump got inaugurated, before he did anything, Professor Lawrence Tribe was calling for his impeachment. So we're seeing that on both sides.
Let me just play this out for a second so the audience can understand this. Tell me how crazy or ridiculous a scenario like this is. Let's just say Donald Trump wins a second term and he says, I'm going to go after Joe Biden. And, well, listen, people were killed in that disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan. So we're going to charge Joe Biden with murder. Again, this might sound nuts, but if they don't rule that he has that a president has immunity, would a circumstance like that sound that nuts?
Well, it's possible that you could go political enemies. Look, John Kennedy, the day he got into office, he instructed his brother, the Attorney General, get Roy Cohn. I don't care what you do, you got to get Roy Cohn. And so we've seen presidents, Democrats and Republicans, go after their political enemies the day they get into office.
But I guess my point here isn't to going after political enemies, but my point is to understand that for folks on the left that say, I don't really care, let's go after Donald Trump, that in order to protect a president, and I'm just using that scenario to paint a picture of why it's that absurd, is that Joe Biden was doing something in his position as president that he thought was in the nation's interest. He ordered this removal. As a consequence, soldiers died, right? But he is, of course, no normal person would say that he can be criminally prosecuted. A case like this, in my mind, seems to protect him from anyone trying to go after him.
I completely agree with you. And you go beyond that. There are so many actions that presidents take that determine life and death. And you have to give the president the flexibility to make the decision in the best interest of the United States.